Change, as an intriguing phenomenon, necessitates a heightened level of awareness that goes beyond mere observation. It requires an active engagement with one's inner workings, an introspective journey to identify and consciously reject certain aspects of oneself that no longer serve a beneficial purpose. This journey towards change is far from passive. It is an active pursuit demanding substantial mental effort and a form of self imposed restraint that challenges habitual patterns of thinking and behaving. Embracing change is essentially about self expansion. It involves an introspective unlearning of familiar traits, habits, and responses that have been etched into our being over time. This unlearning process is as much about discarding what is old as it is about relearning and adopting new states of being. It's a transformative journey from an old self, bound by past conditioning and limitations, to a new identity that is open to possibilities and uncharted experiences. This transformation is not an incidental occurrence. It demands a deliberate and conscious choice to alter one's thoughts, actions, and emotions in ways that are unpredictable and often uncomfortable. This change is akin to a mental metamorphosis, where established thought patterns and behaviors are challenged and reshaped. It involves a deep pruning of old synaptic connections in the brain, the pathways that have long been the routes of our habitual thinking and reacting. Alongside this pruning, there is a fostering of new synaptic connections, creating fresh neural pathways that align with our new way of thinking and being. In tandem with the neurological changes, there is the unmemorizing of emotional states that have become a part of our personality. These emotional states, often deeply ingrained, dictate how we perceive and interact with the world. To change, we must disengage from these habitual emotions and recondition our body to experience new emotions, to respond to life with a fresh perspective and a new mindset. This reconditioning is not merely about feeling differently. It is about creating a new emotional landscape within ourselves that aligns with our desired state of being. Moreover, this transformation requires a consistent and persistent effort. It's about repeatedly choosing to think, act, and feel in new ways until these new patterns become as natural and automatic as the old ones. This process is not instantaneous and can often be challenging as it involves overcoming the resistance of long-standing habits and the comfort of familiarity. Yet, it is through this continuous effort and dedication to change that one can truly transform. Neuroscience, with its intricate exploration of the brain, reveals a fascinating model comprising three distinct brains that collectively facilitate our journey from mere thought to action, and ultimately to a profound state of being. The first of these, the thinking brain or the neocortex, plays a pivotal role in this process. It is within the intricate folds of the neocortex that new synaptic connections are formed each time we encounter and assimilate new information. This part of the brain serves as the epicenter for acquiring knowledge, processing the multitude of stimuli from our environment and transforming them into coherent, understandable concepts. However, the journey of transformation extends beyond the simple acquisition of knowledge. The true essence of learning is not found in the accumulation of facts, but in the application, personalization, and demonstration of personalization and demonstration of the knowledge we acquire. This active engagement with new information is what truly enriches our brain and being. When we apply what we have learned, we tailor this information to our personal context, making it relevant and meaningful to our own experiences. This process of personalization is not just intellectual, but deeply experiential. It involves taking theoretical knowledge and putting it into practice in our daily lives, thereby bridging the gap between understanding and experience. As we engage in this process of applying and personalizing new knowledge, we embark on new experiences that serve as powerful catalysts for brain development. These experiences, captured through our senses, send a surge of information back to the brain. Each sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch acts as a data point, contributing to a rich influx of sensory information. This sensory input triggers a complex process of neural reorganization, wherein the brain reshapes its existing neural networks to reflect the new experiences. This dynamic and ongoing restructuring of neural pathways is a testament to the brain's remarkable plasticity. The importance of this sensory engagement with the world cannot be overstated. It is through these varied experiences that we begin to truly embody the knowledge we have gained. This embodiment marks the activation of the second brain, the limbic brain, or the emotional brain. The limbic system, with its intricate network of structures, is crucial in processing and regulating emotions. It is here that our experiences are imbued with emotional significance, connecting what we knew with how we feel. This alignment of the mind and body through emotional engagement is a critical step in our transformation. Repetition of these experiences plays a vital role in solidifying this transformation. Each time we revisit an experience, we reinforce the neural pathways associated with that experience, effectively neurochemically conditioning our mind and body. This repetitive engagement is crucial in moving from state of transient understanding to a sustained state of being. In this state, our thoughts and feelings are not just temporarily aligned, they are harmoniously integrated, reflecting a deep congruence between our internal cognitive and emotional landscapes. The transformative process of change is fundamentally about transitioning from the realm of thought into the sphere of action, and ultimately culminating in a state of being. This journey is deeply rooted in the intricacies of our psyche, where our ingrained thoughts, habitual behaviors, and memorized emotions collectively sculpt our identity. It's important to understand that the quantum field, an invisible field of energy and information, is responsive to the essence of our being. It is influenced not merely by our fleeting desires or wants, but by the core of who we are. This process of evolving from thinking to doing to being is a complex and dynamic one. Our thoughts, which are often deeply entrenched patterns of cognition, guide our behaviors. These behaviors, when repeated over time, crystallize into habits, forming the foundation of our everyday actions. Concurrently, our emotions, which are repeatedly felt and memorized, become embedded in our personality, further defining who we are. The interplay of these elements, thoughts, actions, and emotions, creates a feedback loop that either keeps us anchored in our current state or propels us towards change. Achieving a state of being where our thoughts, actions, and emotions are in harmony allows us to initiate significant changes in our health and life circumstances. This harmonious state is not a static destination, but a dynamic process of continual growth and adaptation. It requires us to be mindful and intentional about aligning our actions with our intentions and ensuring that our feelings are congruent with our thoughts. The journey of transformation can be illustrated through the experience of learning from a book and then applying its teachings in real life situations. For instance, consider a scenario such as attending a company party where one might encounter a challenging adversary. In such a situation, the knowledge gained from the book serves as a foundation for intellectual understanding. However, true transformation occurs when this understanding is put into practice. When one navigates the complexities of real life interactions using the principles learned in this scenario, the shift from intellectual understanding to emotional embodiment becomes evident. When faced with an adversary, the natural reaction might be to respond based on past emotions and behaviors. However, applying the teachings of the book requires a conscious effort to change this default response. This is where the shift from thinking, knowledge, to doing, action, takes place. The decision to act differently in alignment with the newly acquired knowledge is the first step in breaking old patterns. The ultimate goal is to reach a state of being where this new way of thinking and acting becomes an integral part of who we are. It's about internalizing the teachings to the point where they are no longer just intellectual concepts, but are lived and expressed through our actions and emotions. This state of being is characterized by a sense of congruence and authenticity, where our external actions and responses are fully aligned with our internal beliefs and values. This transformative process highlights the importance of consistency and repetition. Change is not often a one time event, but a continuous process of learning, applying, and embodying new ways of thinking and being. Each time we choose to act in accordance with our new understanding, we reinforce these patterns, gradually shifting our default responses and emotional reactions. The journey of transformation is significantly anchored in the principles of consistent repetition and deep emotional engagement. These elements are not merely complementary to the process, they are essential in ensuring the transition from a superficial level of understanding to a deeply ingrained state of being. When we engage in practices such as forgiveness and love with regularity, we are effectively conditioning both our mind and body to adopt these states as our natural responses. This conditioning involves more than just a cognitive understanding. It requires a full bodied emotional commitment. Forgiveness and love, when practiced repeatedly, serve as powerful agents of change. Each act of forgiveness, each expression of love strengthens and reinforces neural pathways in the brain. This neurological reinforcement goes beyond the mere formation of habits. It transforms our very essence, our core being. The cerebellum, often referred to as the brain's memory center, plays a crucial role in this transformation. Is in this part of the brain that the repetitive practice of these positive emotions and actions becomes ingrained. As these practices are repeated, they move from being deliberate, conscious actions to becoming a natural, automatic part of our response system. This transition from understanding to being is profound. In a state of being, our thoughts and feelings are not just temporarily aligned. They are in perfect harmony, creating an internal order that is resilient and steadfast, unaffected by the external chaos and challenges of daily life. This internal order is not a static state. It is dynamic and continuously reinforced through ongoing practice and emotional engagement. The more we engage in these practices, the more solidified this internal order becomes, and the greater its resilience against external influences. In this profound state of being, the alignment of thoughts and feelings enables us to interact with the quantum field in a more intentional and powerful way. The quantum field, a vast expanse of energy and potential, is responsive to the vibrations we emit through our thoughts and emotions. When we are in a state of being characterized by love and forgiveness, the frequencies we emit are in harmony with the frequencies of these higher emotional states. This harmonic resonance allows us to influence the quantum field more effectively, attracting experiences and circumstances that resonate with our internal state. Furthermore, this state of being has a profound impact on our physical health and emotional well being. The consistent practice of positive emotions like love and forgiveness leads to a reduction in stress and anxiety, improves heart health, and enhances overall emotional resilience. The body, in a state of emotional harmony, functions more efficiently, and the mind, free from the turmoil of negative emotions, is clearer and more focused. By the age of 35, a staggering 90 to 95 of our identity is deeply embedded in the subconscious mind. This encompasses a vast array of habits, behaviors, and emotional responses that have been accumulated over the years. This vast storehouse of subconscious programming dictates much of our daily life, often without our conscious awareness. The patterns and responses ingrained in our subconscious are powerful drivers of our actions, reactions, and overall perspective on life. The ultimate goal in personal development is to foster a transition from mere thinking to proactive doing, and eventually to a state of being. This transformation is not a superficial change, but a profound shift in our core identity. It involves making states like love, forgiveness, and compassion as instinctual and automatic as our basic survival instincts. This is a significant challenge as it requires rewiring deeply ingrained neural pathways and emotional responses that have been reinforced over years, if not decades. Achieving this level of transformation leads us into new realms of experience and reality. As we start to operate more from a place of love, forgiveness, and compassion, our interactions with the world and the people around us begin to change. We start attracting different experiences and opportunities, which in turn further our growth and transformation. This virtuous cycle of positive experiences and growth creates a momentum that propels us towards a life that is markedly different from the one dictated by our subconscious programming. This journey towards a new life is not just about personal satisfaction or achieving a state of inner peace. It is about the profound impact such a transformation can have on our health, relationships, and overall quality of life. When we operate from a place of love and compassion, our stress levels decrease, our relationships improve, and we open ourselves up to a life that is richer and more fulfilling. Our physical health can improve as we let go of negative emotions and patterns that may have contributed to stress related illnesses. Furthermore, as we embark on this journey of transformation, we become role models and sources of inspiration for others. Our shift towards more positive states of being can have a ripple effect, influencing those around us. We can become catalysts for change in our communities and beyond, as the way we live our lives demonstrates the power and possibility of personal transformation. In essence, the transition from thinking to doing to being and making higher states of consciousness like love, forgiveness, and compassion as automatic as our base instincts is a transformative process that leads us to new realities and experiences. It marks the beginning of a journey towards a new life, one filled with transformation, growth, and an expanded sense of possibility. This journey is not just about changing ourselves, but about changing the way we interact with the world, creating a more compassionate, understanding, and loving existence.